Hi again. Today we're going to talk about 9 ways of saying one and the same Ukrainian word in the future, now in the English language. The word that we're going to talk about today is попрацює. Okay? And right now I'm going to present you 9 different ways of saying this same word in the English future. And we're going to start with will. So when can I say he will work? First of all, this time I'm going to describe each grammar construction, each tense by using adjectives. Alright? So I'm going to describe these tenses, these grammar constructions using adjectives. So will work. When would I say will? The word will is very impulsive. I starts with impulsive. By saying impulsive, I mean that there is a reaction. It's a reaction to the situation. For example, a person comes up, a manager comes up and says, you know, this and this employee can't work today because, let's say, he's got to go to the funeral. All right? So the boss may say to this middle manager, "Добре, він завтра попрацює довше." Okay, he'll work tomorrow longer. Alright? Or for a longer time. Now, impulsive. That was the impulse or reaction. That was the impulse of the boss to the sentence, to the statement by his middle manager. Alright? So a response. Impulsive. Will is very impulsive. Or, for example, you see an old lady carrying a heavy bag. You say, "Oh, let me help you." Or, "I'll help you, ma'am." You respond to this. That's your first impulse. You respond to the situation this way. Now, will work is very conditional. Will is conditional. And by saying conditional, I mean that something will happen if something else happens. So, for example, якщо він не попрацює сьогодні, він попрацює над цим завтра. If he doesn't work on this today, he'll work on it tomorrow. So very conditional. Will is often used with conditions like if something happens or when something happens, or after something happens, he will do something else. He will work. So will work is very conditional. Now also, will work is very, I'd say, unchangeable. People, native speakers, tend to use will when something is, cannot be changed, it can't be cancelled. Alright? So it's unchangeable. Let's say tomorrow will be Wednesday. Okay? So tomorrow. Okay? Or let's say the Christians of all the world will celebrate Easter on the same day this year. So it cannot be changed. Alright? Now here, will work, попрацює. For example, a person comes up and says, "Oh, what about tomorrow? What about this guy tomorrow? Let's say, I want to take him and do something else with him, but the boss may say, він завтра попрацює, як завжди." He will work tomorrow as always, because it's not a day off tomorrow. It's unchangeable. It's a typical working day. He will work tomorrow. It's not changed. Nothing happens. You can't do anything. He will work tomorrow. It's a fact. Tomorrow is a simple working day. Now, unchangeable. Negotiatory. And by saying negotiatory, I mean that the will work, will is used for offers and requests. Let's say, will he work for me? Right? You're making a request. Or he will work for me, won't he? Alright? It's a request. Or you can say, he will work for you if you give me 2 other employees. Then we're going back to the conditional sentence. Alright? And likewise, it's related to negotiatory, to negotiations. Now, will is also very opinionated. And by saying opinionated, it's your opinion, it's your opinion about the future. Okay? I don't think he will work tomorrow. Alright? I don't think he will work tomorrow. It's your opinion about someone's future. Я не думаю, що він попрацює завтра. I don't think he will work tomorrow. Opinion about the future. Okay? Opinionated. Now, also, will, in English language, which sometimes may be very confusing, but will may mean willingness. So, you want to do something. For example, one can say, одного дня він попрацює в IT-індустрії. Or одного дня він попрацює в уряді. One day he will work in the government. One day he will work in the IT industry. And here this sentence implies that one day that he wants to work in the government one day. He wants to work in the IT industry one day. Wants or is willing. So the word will is also about willingness. Now, if you put these 6 words, impulsive, conditional, unchangeable, negotiator, opinionated, and willing, it'll make an acronym of I see you now. I see you now. I, impulsive. We respond to the situation. Conditional. I will work or he will work if. Unchangeable. He will work tomorrow. It's a typical working day. So he will work. It's unchangeable. Negotiatory. Will he work for me? Okay. Offers, requests. Opinionated. I think he will work tomorrow. Or willing. One day he will work in the government. Alright? So willing. I see you. That's all about will. Now let's talk about another construction, which is not a tense. It's a grammar construction. Is going to work. It's, first of all, intentional. Intentional. When I'm saying intentional, it means someone intends or has already made a decision to do something. And він попрацює завтра, he's going to work tomorrow. When you say this, it means that he has made this decision. He's got the power to make decisions, all right, for himself. So he's going to work tomorrow. Sounds like he's already made a decision to work tomorrow. All right? So it's intentional. Likewise, it's evidential. Evidential, by saying evidential, I mean there is some evidence of that something is going to happen. For example, він сьогодні дуже мало зробив. Ну що ж, він попрацює у суботу. Let's say it's Friday, and you see that the person hasn't done much today, and you say he's going to work on Saturday. Yeah, he's going, based on what you see, it's evidential. So, there's the evidence. He hasn't done much today, so the evidence is that it tells you that he's going to work tomorrow. Alright, so it's intentional, you've made a decision, it's evidential, you're making a prediction based on what you see. Alright, and it's likewise very informal. You know, by saying informal, I mean that, let's say there is a situation, I'll leave now, you know, I'll leave now. Instead of saying, I'll leave now, which is impulsive, you can say, I'm going to leave now. So in informal language, I'm going to do it now. Alright? Right? He's going to work on it now. Він попрацює над цим зараз. It might be an impulsive decision, impulsive response by the boss, but in informal language, it's okay. Alright? So intentional, evidential, informal. I. So for different kinds of tests, of course, going to is used for intentional and evidential use, not, of course, in informal. So informal English basically is not tested, right, in official tests. Now, is working. This word, this construction is very arranging. By saying arranging, you mean organizing. It's full of organization. It's full of something that has already been set, established, arranged. For example, let's say today's Friday, and you don't want to work on Monday, so you come to your boss and say, "Sir, I'd like to work on Saturday instead of Monday, because I got to leave on Monday." All right? Okay, the boss says, "All right." So he talks to your manager and says, "All right, this and this is working tomorrow." All right, and he's not working on Monday. So here we see there's been an agreement, an arrangement. So is working is something very, is some sort of a secured future. Something has been arranged, organized. Alright, so arranging is working. Will be working. Now let's talk about will be working. It's first of all progressive. So it's some sort of a progress in the future. Tomorrow at 6, he will be working in the office. He will still be working in the office, right? So there will be some progress at that particular time. Okay? Now, likewise, it's intentional. And by saying intentional, I mean it can be used as going to. He'll be working on Sunday. Or he'll be working, usually he does not work on Sunday, or usually he does not work on Saturday, but this time he'll be working on, it's an intention. He's made this decision, or it's an arrangement. He's arranged it with his boss. So, tomorrow, sorry guys, tomorrow I can't come to the party, I'll be working. Tomorrow he can't come to the party, he'll be working. Завтра він попрацює завтра і не зможе прийти на вечірку. He'll be working tomorrow and he can't come to the party. Now, will have worked, it's something finished before something else in the future. Він попрацює на всіх посадах в цій компанії, перш ніж він піде. He will have worked in all different positions in the company before he quits or before he leaves. See? Something, you see, finished before, something else in the future. Now, will have been working is a quite rare construction, quite rare, and basically it's used only in one context most often. And the context is there's going to be some progression, so some progressive action before something else in the future. Let's say, наступного року він попрацює в цій компанії вже 10 років. Next year, he will have been working in this company for 10 years. All right? So some progress for some time before something else happens. Before he quits, or by the time he quits. He will have been working here for so many years. Now, there are 3 more ways of putting this word in Ukrainian. He is about to work. And when you say he's about to work, it means he's very close to something. He's on the point of something. Скоро він попрацює свої останні дні в компанії і піде на пенсію. He's about to work his last days at this company and get retired. Alright? Is to work, it's something, again, arranging. Something arranging. Let's say, no, he cannot come, I cannot give you a permission to leave, or he cannot get a permission to leave because he is to work till 8 today. Something has been arranged. Сьогодні він попрацює до 8. Because the boss said so, or there's been some previous arrangement. He is to work till 6 today, or till 8, or till 9, I'm sorry. When you say he is to work, there's been some previous arrangement or an order, something that has been set previously to make this person do this or that. Alright? Now works. Basically that's present simple. Alright? Present simple. And it's used only when you're talking about some timetables. Let's say you've got a conference. And in this conference you have, on the timetable, you've got some workshop. Let's say brainstorming workshop or something else, you know. So here on the timetable, you say, because it's a timetable, you say, our brainstorming workshop works from 6 to 7 tomorrow, all right? Or from 2 to 3. It's a timetable, right? It's not about people. It's more about an event, all right? Like conference starts, all right? Or the train leaves. So we use present simple to talk about something that is on the timetable, all right? Not for schedules, but not for human schedules, but for timetables, all right? So let's say that our workshop drama, or if you're talking about a university workshop, our drama workshop works from 6 to 8 tomorrow, so you're free to come, all right? So works. Завтра наш драматична секція попрацює з такої-то по таку годину. Попрацює. Works. Talking about something on the timetable. Alright? So here are about, as I see, 9 ways of putting one word in the future in 9 English ways of putting the same word. Alright? So, the difference is that you have to take into account a special aspect. Basically, there's a special aspect that you can represent in a certain grammar construction. Alright? Now, if you're talking about informal style, Well, the most frequent use here is, of course, going to. Or gonna. He's gonna do it. Right? He's gonna work. If you're talking about formal style, it's basically will. Will and all kinds of will are used in formal style. Thank you for watching. I know it's been complicated, and future is one of those most complicated areas in English grammar, but I hope it helps you in the future, you know, when you have to choose between various different tenses, especially if you watch this video a couple of times. Thank you very much for watching.